I have a very aggressive personality. I'm the kind of person that I really want to get things done, and it's put a strain on my staff for quite some time. So one Sunday morning, Royal issued the Love List Challenge, and I decided to put that into action, and it dramatically improved my relationship with my staff. So after using the Love List on my staff, I decided to take it a step further and use it on my vendors and see what that would do with my relationship with them. So for about 4 or 5 months, I used the Love List, and I loved on them all the time. Instead of emailing, I picked up the phone and called. I chatted with them about how their day was to kind of build that relationship with them. So after about 4 or 5 months, I decided to go out and visit this particular vendor, and I walked in and introduced myself as Michelle, Seconds and Surplus, and everybody just jumped up and greeted me, and it was great. It was very warm, very welcoming. And James came out from around the corner and said that he would help me, and he took me out into the warehouse where we looked at stone. While we were walking to the back, I noticed that he was very sad, and his demeanor was he was shrugged, and he was just very sad. So I put up my spiritual antenna, as Royal has suggested that we do many times, and listened and just paid attention to him. So we talked about stone, and we talked about projects, we talked about work, and then he just kind of stopped me and was like, I need to ask you something, but I don't want to offend you. And I said, well, go ahead and ask. He's like, no, really, I don't want to offend you. So I said, well, I'm not easily offended, so go ahead and ask. He said, what's going on? What's different about you? And I was like, what do you mean? He said, anytime that you would email us or call us or anything, we would have to draw straws to see who got to deal with you that day. And it made me feel sad. And I told him I believed him, and that I had decided to take the challenge that my pastor had given us called the Love List. And I had been loving on him and all of them for several months. And that it's a God thing. And I shared my testimony with him about how life changed when my husband found Christ and led me and my family back to Christ, the blessings that we've received. And he just started weeping. And he said, Michelle, look around. We've been out here for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and no one has come in here. This warehouse is constantly packed with people, and no one has bothered us for the last 1 hour and 15 minutes. I think God sent you here to talk to me today. We continued our conversation, and then I left after a few minutes, and I received a text message about 2 hours later, and he had said that he had to go home for the rest of the day because he had went into the bathroom and he had prayed for the first time in years, and it made him very emotional, and he cried, and that he hoped the next time that he talked to me that he had his own testimony to share with me. And he does. I hear from him very often. He has got into a church. He stopped drinking. He dramatically changed his relationship with his family, and he has his own testimony to share as well. Hi, my name is Michelle, and I believe if we grow the love, we can change the world.